Staff recommends the board approve and send to the governor that these inmates have their sentences commuted to 1 year. For those in the audience, if an inmate has served more than a year, including good time credits, they will be eligible for immediate discharge.
There's no discussion. Staff, please call the vote.
Alan McCall.
Yes, sir.
Robert Gilliland.
Yes.
Adam Luck.
Yes.
Kelly Doyle.
Yes.
Larry Morris.
Yes.
Motion to grant accelerated single-stage commutation recommendation to inmates on the possession docket who've received a favorable recommendation by staff, moved by Alan McCall and seconded by Adam Luck, has been carried by a vote of 5-0.
Today at Cape Bernard Correctional Center in Oklahoma City, the Pardon and Parole Board voted to recommend for commutation 527 Oklahoma inmates who are serving time for non-violent offenses. They're charged with crimes that, if they had committed those crimes today, would no longer carry prison time, including simple drug possession and certain low-level property crimes. The cases now head to Governor Kevin Stitt for review. He said he plans to process them today with the hope of releasing these individuals on Monday.
Today, we are implementing the will of the people. I truly believe that. You know, back in 2017, Oklahomans voted on the ballot to change the punishment for nonviolent minor drug offenses. In this past session, the legislature passed House Bill 1269 to bring current nonviolent low-level offenders' sentencing times in line with those changes made by the people of Oklahoma. So I want to thank, I could not do this by myself. This takes everybody moving together. So I cannot thank the Pardon and Parole Board enough. They have been fantastic. The Department of Corrections and the district attorneys. We all came together and worked to conduct a very thorough review process to ensure that those eligible for this commutation were actually in line with what the intent and the will of the people were. You know, we believe this will be the single largest commutation in our nation's history. My staff is working very closely this afternoon. They've got a lot of paperwork to do. I've got to sign 450 of these this afternoon. Then we've got to get them over to the Secretary of State's office, and there's so much coordination that goes into this. But this group of nonviolent offenders are just a part of this story. By the end of this year, we're anticipating we'll have about 2,000 empty beds in our system. We did, for the first time in state history, reentry fairs, and this was the idea my wife had to bring reentry fairs in behind the walls to the prisoners that are eligible for this commutation in 1269, but also for any prisoner that was about to be released within the next 6 months that were eligible to come to this reentry fairs. As a result, more than 700 inmates met with 200 volunteers across 28 of these fairs to get enrolled in different programs that are going to help them be successful and reintegrate back into society.
These are real lives, real people with real families and with real friends, and they get to go home. And that's a pretty special accomplishment to get to be a part of. And then when you look at how this bill was passed, it did start. What's so important is, I think, the unsung hero in all of this is the people of the state of Oklahoma, because that's why this bill was passed today. All you had was a legislature and a governor who looked at what the people of the state of Oklahoma did and said, we want to further that mission. We want to be responsive. We want to effectuate the will of the people. If we all remember it's not about us, but it's about others, we can have more days like today. I'm excited after doing the numbers. I will tell you, at the end of the day, Oklahoma is no longer number one in the nation in incarceration. Yes. No longer.